Namaste everyone, and welcome to the second Anchor to Light meditation for Wednesday. And before we start, let's just ask for blessing, shall we? To the Divine Supreme One, Divine Father, Mother, to all the spiritual elders, holy masters, saints, archangels, holy angels, spiritual helpers. You can invoke whoever you like. Personally, to my teacher, Master Swine, maha, we thank you for divine light, divine love, guidance, help, wisdom, and divine protection. We thank you in full faith, and so it is. All right, welcome, and I hope that you were able to watch and study, take notes, the morning session, and it's quite interesting. I was kind of taking some notes and looking at it. If I were to hear that lecture myself many years ago, I think my life would have been different. Okay, so just kind of watch it, because always people want to be perfect. And one of the funny things, supposed to be a Chinese proverb. I don't know, my body's Chinese, but nobody ever told me about it, but it makes sense. There's only two types of perfect people: dead people and people who have not born yet. In other words, there's a path to perfection. It's a road that involves learning lessons, and learning lessons, you have to make mistakes, and all of us do. And at the minimum, when we make mistakes, we know what not to do the next time. Now, some of you might think, oh, that's obvious. Really? Is it really that obvious? How many times have we done it in such a way like, oh, I can't believe I did that again? Right? All of us have been. So obviously, we didn't get it the first time. So just to summarize, when we screw up, and all of us will, if you think you won't, then sorry, this is the wrong channel, wrong class for you, because you're already perfect. Get out of here. All right. So it's as simple as this. Number one, when we make a mistake, identify, realize that it is a mistake, right? Acknowledge it's a mistake. And number two, fix it, right? I mean, some people sit and go, yeah, the mistake was this. They think about it. Once you identify it, you swimming in that doesn't help. You just say, okay, we identified this, the problem. Okay, let's fix it. Once you fix it, the next thing is, what lesson can I suck out of it? What lesson can I extract from this painful situation? Because otherwise, what happens? If you don't learn from it, I think this is quite obvious, right? We screw up, we fix it, whew, done. But if you don't extract the lesson from it, that means there's no learning from it, then there's a high probability we'll do it again. And then you're going to go, oh man, I can't believe I did it again. Right? So identify what it is. Number two, what? Fix it. Of course, you know, just because you acknowledge it doesn't mean it's fixed. But that's the first part. Acknowledge what it is. Number two, fix it. Number three, extract the lesson from it. And guess what? The part that most people forget, move on. Move on. What's next? What's next? What's next? Keep going forward. You know, a lot of times people get stuck. True? Not true. Just talk to some of the people you've met that are resentful. Yeah, I had this bad relationship, and then you talk to them about it. Before you know it, the can of worms, they just right. And you ask them, what'd you learn from it? Yeah, I learned not to do this. I set boundaries. Whatever. They're done with it, right? Next conversation. Yeah, you know, I remember that guy. And then you look at their life; they never moved on. They might have learned a lesson. You know, they identify it, right? They identified the problem, they fixed it, or they're over it, supposedly. But what happened? Maybe they extract the lesson from it, but the part that they have not done is what? Move on. And for a lot of people, that's not easy. I realize that. But you know what? Don't have a choice. If you don't want to be miserable, you have to move on. And at some point, you have to make small corrections. People are not perfect, just like we're not perfect. So we have to learn to let things pass. Otherwise, good luck. You're gonna have perfect memory of everybody's screw-ups towards you, or your own screw-up towards yourself. And you know what life's gonna be about? Misery. If you haven't figured it out yet, well, listen now, so you can get out of it. And if you don't believe me, you say, oh, you don't understand my situation. Okay, learn it your hard way. That's a key. The ability to move on. That's why you'll notice there are people who went through difficult times in their life. 10 times more than we have. But somehow they're able to find joy. They're able to move forward. That is the secret. Doesn't mean you have to go to the Himalayas. You don't have to go to some temple, meditate for 10,000 years. You just have to have, okay, enough of this crap. I want to move on. And once the past keep pulling you back, you sever it, you move forward. It's an act of will. It's not an act of feeling. It's not. Because your feelings will always drag you back. True? Not true. So you have to use the mental faculty. See, you're a being of spiritual, you're a spiritual being of divine intelligence. That means you can think it through. You go, oh, it doesn't make sense to keep going back to the past. My past does not define my future. So you understood it. Now, the feeling part is the part that sometimes holds us back because emotions are sticky. You know, and the astral energy has a tendency to stick. So you cannot rely on astral energy to get away from the past. Most of the time, unless you want to do the Tony Robbins way, where you make it, you go back and feel the pain so much, and you go, I don't want any of this crap again. Then you use it as a slingshot to go, it's so painful, to actually propel you forward. That's why I would recommend, if you have a chance, go attend UPW, whether online or it's going to be in person, I think in November. That's the part where he guides you literally like a slingshot. You use the emotional body to make it hurt so bad. If I don't change, if I have this limiting belief for the next 5 years, what would my life be? Not good enough. How about 10 years of pain? No, 20 years. And at some point, people allow to break through. Okay, I never thought of that. 20 years of this, forget that crap. Then become slingshot to the future. So if you can, great. But most people, the emotional body is very, very sticky. Okay? So if you don't have that kind of technology yet, then I would recommend you use that you are a being of divine intelligence. Understand that, hey, this doesn't make sense. Who wants to suffer? Let's have a better life. Understand it. And then you are a spiritual being of divine power to do what? To use your will, to cut from your past, and push yourself to the future. And that means what? Moving on. Forgive if you need to forgive. Forget if you need to forget. That's why one of the meditations is so funny. My teacher was guiding us and says, okay, let's ask for a blessing. To the Supreme God, Divine Father, Mother, thank you for blessing me with, the ability to forgive, ability to forget. So everybody got it. And then during the blessing, she goes, may every person, every being be blessed with peace, love, and forgetfulness. We look at each other. I thought we're trying to have better memory. In context, it means the ability to forget the people who have hurt you, forget the pain in the past, the mistakes we made, as long as you learn from it and do what? Move forward. Makes sense? That's an act of will. And sometimes that could be it too. It could be the pain from the past is so much, you just say, enough. That's also an act of will to push you forward. All right? So anyway, if you have a chance, watch the videos this morning, take notes, and practice. All right. So tonight, in the second session, I was reading through some of the Proverbs and some of the Zen stories, and one of the things that caught my eye was, you do not pick up pearls in the seashore. You don't. Most of the time. So you have to dive for it. You dive for it, and it's not usually like you dive, ooh, it's there. You have to look for it, and then you have to open up, and then, ooh, there's the pearl. Now, that has many, many teachings built into that. The first question is, what is the pearl? So most people, if you say pearl, they say, oh, pearl, pearls of wisdom. All right. Then you will understand why the Lord Jesus said, do not throw pearls to swine. Is that right? Did I say that? Yeah. Do not throw what's unholy to dogs. No, do not throw what, sorry, I'm inventing my own biblical verse. Do not throw what is holy to dogs. Do not throw pearls to swine. Okay, and we teach this in the Inner Christianity Revealed class where we go in more detail. Well, I'll share it with you. The first part of that is dogs. A lot of you have dogs. They give you unconditional love. But you cannot hold its paw and say, okay, type for me, go to www. whatever, right? So dogs are people that love us, but not yet at the ability or capability to understand deeper spiritual teachings. They love you, but once you tell them a little too much deeper spiritual stuff, they go, you're from the other side. Have you been there? All of us have, right? So that's part. The other part I really want to focus on, do not throw pearls to swine. Now, what the heck is wrong with pigs? They're cute. And they don't sweat, though, so oftentimes they smell. All right. So pigs in the Bible actually represent two types of people. One, pigs eat anything. Literally anything. You put everything in the pig food, even if it's a dead little pig, they'll eat it. So that represents people with no, and here's the part we've been repeating to you many times, people with no discernment. Discernment, or the ability to differentiate right and wrong, what is ridiculous and what makes sense. Discernment. In other words, there are people who swallow everything. Today you tell them, by the way, you drink this, you swallow this, you jump around 3 times, chant this, stand on your head, you'll be enlightened. Well, it's on Facebook, it must be real, they'll believe you. Right? So if you have people like that, you give them pearls of wisdom, they'll waste it. Because today they believe you, tomorrow they think you're from the other side, whatever. Useless. Now, pigs also represent people that are entangled. Listen carefully. Pigs like to roll in mud. In spiritual teachings, they always look at the everyday earthly life as mud. That's why a lotus flower rises through the muddy waters to seek the sun. So mud represents what? Entanglement with the desires, the whatever of the earthly life. Now, listen carefully. Some of you have made the generalization, which is absolutely wrong. Oh, yeah, the Buddha said that we should not get attached to anything because that will cause suffering. You're just distorting what the teacher said. He did not say really attach. The key word is entangled. Watch. My body is thirsty. I want to drink some water, right? So I attach to this cup with water. And when I'm done, I let go. I want a nice car. I want a nice house. I want to, enjoy life with my family, with this, with that. Great. I enjoy it. But times when I need to go to work, okay. I go to work. Same thing. I'm attached to my work. But when it's time to let go and do something else, I let go. So the way my teacher explained it, life is a series of what? Watch. Attachment, detachment. That's the secret. Now, entanglement is like this. Can't let go. Like people who have addictions, right? Addicted to alcohol, drugs, addicted to smoking or whatever. They could be addicted to it. They could be addicted to, piece of paper. They could be addicted to their phone, which most people are. It's like they can't live without it. That's entanglement. Okay? So don't distort what the teacher says. Oh, that means I cannot be attached to anything. Oh yeah, you might as well go live in a mountain and don't talk to anyone. And you'll be miserable. Make sense? Unless that's what you chose as a yogi or monk. So anyway, so mud represents attachments or not attachments. Excessive attachment. That's the key word. Excessive, uncontrolled attachment, or simply entanglement to the earthly life. And that could be anything. That could be to a concept, that could be to people, that could be things, it could be anything. So you will notice when someone is so entangled, or they identify themselves by the car they drive and their bank account, try teaching them about spirituality. Some will respond, but most people say, I don't need that. Things are good, everything's good, I have money, I have health, I have people who love me. They're not going to listen to you. But you go to someone who's suffering, guaranteed, unless they're just in denial, they'll be interested. That's one of the reasons why I remember my teacher said, do you know why it's so easy to teach pranic healing in India and some other third world countries where the poverty level is relatively high? It's because people are not entangled with material things. They don't have anything. So anything that you share with them that will give them some level of comfort and inner peace, they'll hold on to. But if you go to very developed areas, remember the movie Stepford Wives? When people identify themselves with their, profile or their position in government or in the city or in their club, like, hey, I'm the president, I'm this and that. And you tell them, by the way, let me share with you something that will give you more inner peace. You go, I'm perfectly peaceful. Can I have a little glass of whiskey? Right? I'm generalizing, of course. So when you try to give them pearls of wisdom, like spiritual teachings, they'll turn against you. I don't need that. That's just a bunch of hocus pocus. That's just for spaced out yogis, hippies, and blah, blah. I don't need that. Well, guess what? When things explode in their life, because, life is a cycle. If they're not careful, they go really down, then they start looking for you. Your pearls of wisdom now become precious. Right? So, what is the lesson to be shared tonight? There are many levels. One, do not wait for things to be bad before you look for pearls of wisdom. Study, meditate, learn, because those pearls of wisdom are the pearls, the real jewels you get to keep when you leave your body. That spiritual development, the lessons we learn, you get to take with you. Your nice car, your nice house, as much as all of them give us comfort and great, you can take it with you. But the pearls of wisdom, it belongs to the soul. So which one do you think we give value to? They're not easy. They're not readily available either. You have to dive in for it, right? That was the metaphor there, that pearls are not readily in the seashore. You have to dive in. You have to dive for it. And oftentimes you have to open something. You might have to open a book, i.e. meditation on Om Mani Padme Hum. And it's interesting, in this book, I was just trying to find the right page for you. I didn't realize it was already bookmarked. The pearl also talks about the blue pearl, which is the energy particle in the center of your head, inside the pineal gland. So oftentimes in meditation, we'd have to dive into it to experience a connection with God, connection to your guides, your teachers. Most people you talk to, they don't have a clue. They don't have a clue. By the way, in your pineal gland is an energy particle that connects you straight to heaven. You go, oh, you weirdo. True? Not true. Then, we're very grateful. There are a lot of teachers that are not talking about it. The pineal gland. You have Joe Dispenza, you have Deepak Chopra, you have a lot of teachers that talk about it now. And of course, if you want to dive deeper, dive deeper. As you dive deeper, you get to understand what it is, that it's actually a doorway to your higher self. That's why when you're meditating, some of you do what? Some of you feel like you've been sucked out of your body, like, whoop, right? You don't feel like yourself being pulled down. You're being what? Pulled out. And some of you go, hey, how come I'm feeling like I'm floating above my body? Because your blue particle in the center of your head, boom, poof, it opened up. Anyway, get the book. We'll teach the class. I think if you're in Asia, I'm teaching that class the end of this month. I think. Is it October? I think end of October, end of September. I forgot already. Anyway, I'm teaching this class for the Asia group. They're Asia Online. But you can get the book in the meantime. You see, Om Mani Padme Hum. You talk to somebody who's been chanting it. You say, what does it mean? Most people say, yeah, hail to the jewel in the lotus. That's a traditional Tibetan name, Tibetan translation. The interesting part, if you talk to most people, not to the yogis and monks that know it, most people, what does it mean? But if you break it down, Om is a universal sound. We talked about it before. Mani in Sanskrit is jewel. Padme or Padma is lotus, like a lotus flower. Hum is like Om or so be it. So Om Mani Padme Hum, in the deepest sense, means Om, the universal sound, meditating on the jewel, which is the blue pearl, it's a jewel, within the lotus flower, which is your crown. And so if you look at this image, this is the crown chakra. That's the blue pearl, which is in your pineal gland. Imagine your head is here. That's why some of you notice when you're meditating, you automatically go like in your head. And to take it one step further, this is just to whet your appetite to spirituality. Even though they call it blue pearl, it's not actually blue. It's indigo blue, which is bluish violet. Haven't you noticed that sometimes when you're meditating, you see flashes of blue or violet? Violet, a lot of it is coming from your crown. The bluish violet comes from the center of your head. And so if you have a child that is spiritually very advanced, when I talk about advanced, It's something like this. Here we are meditating, we're doing service, and your spiritual connection, it can be measured, right? It's going like, oh yeah, it's increasing by an inch after 5 years. And you have this baby, you scan their spiritual corridor, you feel their chakra, go, hey, this is not fair. I've been meditating for 20 years, my spiritual connection is like this kid is like that. That's what you call an advanced soul. Well, guess what? Take a look. Just imagine that's their spiritual connection. The crown chakra is huge. So all that energy is coming down to this ginormous crown and focusing on that blue light, that indigo blue light. Well, guess what happens? It's just like you take a blue stone or blue crystal or blue piece of glass and you shine brilliant light. What happens? That blue light radiates everywhere. So if you have a child that's like that, with so much spiritual energy coming down, hitting that blue particle, that indigo blue particle, and it radiates out of your aura, ta-da, you have, indigo children. That's it. And of course you say, yeah, indigo children, I know that. I also have crystal children, gold children, and whatever children. Okay, I'll add one more just for some of you who have studied more. If you ask somebody why they call it crystal children, you get like 10 different answers. But if you're interested, it's as simple as this. When you get a chance, get a hold of my teacher's book, Pranic Crystal Healing. He talks about, I use a crystal on you guys when we do healing. Well, guess what? There's such a thing as physical crystals. Yeah, like the jewelry you wear and all that. However, it's not only the physical world. Haven't you noticed sometimes when you're meditating, you see little flashes? Guess what those flashes are? You see, in deeper spiritual practices, your aura turns golden. See, gold is basically, you notice in churches and temples, they have golden images of saints. It's not to show you that the church or temple is rich. Because in ancient times, when very advanced clairvoyants look at a saint, they see so much spiritual energy coming down and they see a yellowish glow. Some of you have seen it. Because that's the color of the aura when the spiritual energy gets assimilated in your body. Then at some point, as so much of that spiritual energy is coming down, then they start seeing, hey, how come not only see gold, not only see shiny, I see flashes of light around the aura. In the book, Pranic Crystal Healing, Master Choi talks about the existence of etheric crystals or energetic crystals. In other words, you form crystals around your body. The Tibetan yogis know this. That's why if you ever study Tibetan Buddhism, they will tell you, most likely they won't. You heard of the diamond path, right? They always talk about diamond path. If you ask them the yogi what it is, or the monk, they will say, diamond path, because truth is like a diamond, it's indestructible. And most people, okay, I'm happy. But if you've taken Arhatic Yoga or some other high spiritual teachings, many spiritual schools, you realize, okay, that's one level of understanding and truth. But in reality, with so much spiritual energy flowing through your body, not only is your aura golden, there's crystals forming. At some point, that's what they call the diamond body. Anyway, I know I'm saying way too much for a lot of you who are getting weirded out already. My point, these pearls of wisdom don't just show up. You have to intentionally, in a very focused manner, dive into the spiritual teachings to find those pearls of wisdom. They're not just lying around in the seashore of life. You want to grow, you dive, you learn. I talked about it this morning. Most people, I shouldn't say most people, a lot of people are subconsciously lazy. They just say, it'll just come to me if it's supposed to be mine. If that's the case, why did you go to school? Why did you do all this stuff? Why don't you just sit on your ass and just wait for things to come to you? Why do I have to meditate? If it's meant to be, God is everywhere, I will have it. Yeah, right. You'll be left behind in society. Right? That's why there's a science of achievement. Achievement is going after what you want. Do not use, and I said it this morning, so make sure you watch it. Do not use spirituality as an excuse to be lazy. I've seen so many people, I'm already connected to God. I didn't need to meditate. I don't need to study because you just download. You seen those before? I look at their life, it's a big fat mess. Oh yeah, well, it's either you're not getting what's downloaded or you're not getting it download. Or you don't know what the heck to do with that hard drive that was just hit your head. True? Not true? Okay, maybe soften it up. I think some of you are getting upset like, hey, how come you talk so straight? Because I've seen so many people. Okay, I'll be very direct with you. I shouldn't be doing this, but it comes out of frustration. It really does. I can't tell you how many, in this 30-some years that I have the opportunity to serve in Panicking or Hatha Yoga, I've seen so many people. Oh man, this person has so much potential. They're smart, they have the right connections. I know even one whose parent is some high yogi or something like that, right? But you look at them, they haven't accomplished anything. Because what do you think? They go, oh well, I have this tradition behind me. I belong to this lineage and so on, and I'm connected to God. Why should I do anything? I go, oh, great. You look at their life. When I first met them, they're over here. 20 years later, they're still there. And you have somebody else who does not have any of this spiritual knowledge. They just want to help their family member. They just want to be able to serve more people, have bigger aura and chakras so they can heal better. In less than 5 years, they literally outpace the ones who are feeling very entitled. As we said this morning, never be afraid of hard work as long as it's what? Intelligent, efficient hard work. And that comes to spirituality, comes to money, comes to relationship, your health. It takes work. I know some of you are looking for, give me a spell. Let me take some essential oil that will do this for me. All those are just basically to supplement, maybe complement, maybe amplify. You need to have the raw material to amplify. You need to start the raw material, the right attitude, the pearl within, and then all those will just simply enhance it. Clear? I hope that helps. I know some of you go, man, I didn't come here for a Sunday service. Well, you got it. Take it or leave it. You heard the saying, storming the gates of heaven. You heard that before? Something like that. Basically he said, there's God's will. There's God's plan. But I'm impatient. So I'll meditate more. I work harder. And God's not going to say, hey, you, get out of here. Right? Let's do our part. That's it. So, to wrap it up, pearls of wisdom do not just lie around. You have to dive for it. Not die, dive. Just in case you don't understand my Chinese accent. Dive for it. And just when you thought you got that pearl, guess what? You learned it, you go, oh, I'm looking for the next pearl. The next pearl. You just keep going. And then in the end, there's a biblical verse. There's a person who sold everything he had to buy a farm where there's one priceless pearl or jewel in that farm. I don't have the exact verse, book, chapter, and verse, but one of these days I'll share with you. Most of you who have Christian background know about it. A person sold everything he had to buy that farm because that pearl is inside that farm. Something to that effect. Next time I'll talk to you about it. Okay? So never stop studying. Continue to dive deeper and deeper. Just like in your meditation. Just when you thought you're having stillness and peace, you said, that's not enough. I know there's more. So I should dive deeper within you. Deeper, deeper. When I say deeper, I'm not talking about going inside like that. Deeper means instead of being so fixated on the external world, go deeper into the inner world and you will discover who you really are. And just when you thought, I am that I am, you go, wait, I'm that I am. Then I also realize as I go deeper in meditation, I start realizing I'm not the I am around. There are other I ams around. There are other beings around. Then you start to notice the I am in me is actually connected with the I am in everyone. Then as you go deeper and deeper, you realize all those little I ams are actually part of one gigantic I am. Anyway, let's meditate. To the Divine Supreme God, Divine Father, Mother, thank you for all the blessings. To my teacher, Master Chokok Sui, Maha Gujime, thank you for all the blessings, the guidance, help, and protection. Thank you in full faith, and so it is. All right, we'll do the great invocation. This morning we did the meditation Twin Hearts. So, tap your crown. Actually, your right hand is better. Focus on your crown gently. Repeat after me. I am that. I am. I am, not the body, not the emotion, not the thoughts. The body, the emotions, and the thoughts are just my instruments. They're like my container, my clothing, my tools. That's all they are. I am the soul, the spiritual self that regulates the body, the emotions, and thoughts. That is the I am within. I am connected in one to my higher soul. I am connected in one to the Divine Spirit in me. I am a child of God. I am one with God. I am one with all. There's only oneness. I am that. I am. Just be still. I am that. That I am is one with the I am in all. Be still. Just leave your awareness way above your crown. I am that. Yeah, that big I am, that's me. That's what you're saying. I am that I am. That I am that I'm referring to is basically the I am who's saying it. I am. There's oneness. Maintain your stillness. We are one. Imagine all of us are inside a big bright sun, looking out into the solar system. Now physically open your hands in blessing. Just say we are one. The I am within me is one with the I am within the sun, the central spiritual sun, the solar logos, God's manifestation in the solar system. I am that. I am. Imagine the earth in front of you. Collectively project a brilliant beam of light from the sun and fill the entire earth. And let's chant Om 3 times. Om. 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 From the point of light within the mind of God, let light stream forth into the minds of every person, every being. Let light descend throughout the entire earth. Just be still. May divine blessings of wisdom, understanding, discernment, divine intelligence, and clarity fill the minds of every person, every being on earth now. From the point of love within the heart of God, let love stream forth into the hearts of every person, every being. Let love descend throughout the entire earth. Just fill everyone's heart, mind, and soul with waves of love, sweetness, kindness, mercy, and compassion for all. So be it. Be still and keep flooding the entire earth with waves and waves of love, sweetness, and kindness. So be it. From the center where the will of God is known, let divine purpose guide the wills of every person, every being, the purpose which the Holy Masters and the spiritual hierarchy know and serve. Let goodwill and the willingness to do good descend throughout the entire earth now. So be it. Bless every person, every being in the entire earth with goodwill, and especially the willingness to do good. Not just talking about it, thinking about it, intending it, but taking action in serving others. So be it. Be still. From the center which we call the human race and all the other races, let the plan of love and light work out, and may it permanently seal the door where any evil dwells. Let light, love, and power descend throughout the entire earth. Let light, love, and power restore the divine plan on earth now. So be it. So be it, and so it is. From a point of light within the mind of God, let light stream forth in the minds of every person, every being. Let light descend on earth. Just flood the earth with wisdom, with understanding, with the spirit of discernment, divine intelligence, and clarity. So it is. From the center, from the point of love within the heart of God, let love stream forth into the hearts of every person, every being. Let love descend throughout the entire earth. Bless every person, every being with love, with kindness, with sweetness, with mercy and compassion for all beings. So be it. So be it. From the center where the will of God is known, let divine purpose guide the wills of every person, every being, the purpose which the Holy Masters know and serve. Let goodwill and the willingness to do good descend throughout the entire earth now. So be it. So be it. May all be blessed. From the center which you call the human race and all the other races on earth, let the plan of love and light work out. May it seal the door where any evil dwells. Let light, love, and power descend throughout the entire earth. Let light, love, and power restore and manifest the divine plan on earth now. So be it. Now just be still. Maintain your state of oneness. We are one. And let the blessings of divine intelligence, divine love, divine power flow through us and bless every person, every being on earth now. Be still. For the third one, just put your gentle attention on a beautiful point of light floating above your head, and the rest will be done for you. Just keep looking at that brilliant light above your head. Some of you will see it changing. Some of you will see it get brighter. Just observe. You are that light. And listen. From the point of light within the mind of God, let light stream forth into the minds of every person, every being. Let light descend on earth. From the point of love within the heart of God, let love stream forth into the hearts of every person, every being. Let love descend toward the entire earth. May God's messenger of love return to earth. From the center where the will of God is known, let divine purpose guide the wills of every person, every being, the purpose which the Holy Masters and the spiritual hierarchy know and serve. Let goodwill and the willingness to do good descend throughout the entire earth now. So be it. Just be still. From the center which we call the human race and all the other races, let the plan of love and light work out, and may it seal the door where any evil dwells. Let light, love, and power descend and restore the divine plan on earth now. So be it. Just be still. Now let's chant Om. 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 Maintain your stillness, maintain your state of oneness and awareness. Now gently lower your hands. Be still. Let's raise your frequency even higher. Put your complete attention and awareness gently on that beautiful, brilliant light floating above your head. You don't have to see it clearly. Just know it's there. Put your entire consciousness in that light and listen. The rest will be done for you. Om. Ahum. Just be still and listen. Om. Ahum. Just let go. If your consciousness lifts and expands, floats higher, just let it be. Om. Ahum. Let go. Now. am that. I am that spiritual being of light, that radiant light. That am I, ever expanding throughout the entire universe. Be still and let go. Now. Let go. Just let things happen on its own. Just let the energy move on its own. Just let go. Let things be. Now. We'll take you higher. Dive deeper into that light. That pearl is within. Dive deeper into that light. Deeper, deeper into the light. You are that light. And just say, I am that. I am. Gently, slowly, come back to your body, move your fingers and toes. Gently, slowly settle back into your body now. Take your time. Come back to your body. Okay. Slowly raise your hands. Let's release the excess energies our bodies cannot absorb. Share it with the world, with your family, your friends, loved ones. Fill the entire earth with golden light. May every person and every being be blessed with good health, with happiness, with prosperity, and with spirituality. So be it. So be it. And so it is. Bless your family, your loved ones. Fill them with this beautiful, loving, golden light. So be it. May all be blessed. So be it. Now be aware of your feet and the base of your spine. Put your golden light down deep into the earth and repeat after me. Let our beloved Mother Earth be blessed with divine light, divine love, and divine power. Let our beloved Mother Earth be healed, regenerated, and revitalized. Blessings be to Mother Earth. So be it. So be it. So be it. Okay, let's give thanks to the Divine Supreme God, Divine Father, Mother. Thank you to all the spiritual elders, Holy Masters, Saints, Archangels, Holy Angels, spiritual helpers. Personally to my teacher, Master Chokok Sui Maha Gujimain, thank you. In full faith, and so it is. All right, I think we kind of overdid that meditation. I was looking at the time. I think we stretched the silence a little longer. I was gone, so I forgot that I have to bring you guys back. Anyway, I hope you had a good meditation. That's why it's immediately after this, make sure you do your physical exercises. Okay, just quick announcement. So this coming Friday is Healing Day. Remember, there's emotional healing. We're going to do emotional healing in the morning and prosperity healing at night. And then next week, if you didn't hear from the morning, for the next 2 weeks, week and a half, I'll be in England. So Monday, will I be able to do the meditation? Anyway, we'll see. But I'm just letting you know, because I know a lot of you, and I'm very, very grateful that you have been on this routine to follow us in meditation. And that's good for you because you have a structure, right? So whether I'm here or not, the videos are there. You go back to the old lessons, do your meditation. When I'm in England, I'll see, because I'm teaching straight, morning to night for the next, I don't know how many, 5-6 days. Like literally 8-9 o'clock in the morning, all the way to like 10-11 o'clock at night, continuously. So I don't think I'll be able to get out and do a video for you. And so I'll see what I can do. But regardless, we have a library of all these meditations in there. And study, meditate, watch them, meditate, so that when I come back, we'll continue to anchor the light. Okay? Other than that, I think that's it. Oh, by the way, a few weeks after that is UPW Australia time. And of course, you can join from anywhere. You don't have to be in Australia, but that's the time zone they're using. So I'll be in Florida with Tony Robbins for Unleash the Power Within. It's fantastic. If you haven't, now you can do it at the comfort of your own home. You can be super energized. You break boards. I mean, literally a lot of personal breakthroughs there. So I would highly recommend it. Just go to TonyRobbins.com. Okay, I don't get a commission out of it. I'm just sharing with you because I really love what he does for the world. And I get to be a contributor. On Sunday, between myself and his wife Sage, we do the Meditation Twin Hearts together with thousands of people. So that's amazing. So much energy. And a few days later is Life Mastery. I think that's starts on a Thursday or Friday. After Unleash the Power Within, I'll also be in Florida for that. Anyway, it's online, so you guys should really look into it. It's amazing. All right. I think I've done my job, so we will see you on Friday. Namaste, everyone. You all take care and have a wonderful evening and daytime, wherever you are. We'll see you in a few days. God bless. Take care.